Hi everyone, April is in the books and we're here to share the numbers with you. There's some really crazy stuff and a little bit of interpretation we need to do. So first slide here is basically a 6-month overview of how things are rolling. And you know what? We're seeing kind of seasonal increases in sales, a seasonal change in active listings. And you know, the real story, the real key insight is this months of inventory. So we're continuing to be in a really strong seller's market with very little inventory. But interesting enough, we have softened a little bit. You know, in the month of March, we had half a month of inventory. We now have 0.7. I have a prediction that we're probably going to see a little bit more inventory rise, but a lot of kind of standard seasonal things happening here. Next slide shows something very interesting. And that, of course, is, hey, when did COVID hit last year? We had very few sales last April, and you remember me talking about basically a delayed spring when we had a very, very busy fall market. Well, here was that start of COVID, essentially, when it really took hold of the marketplace. Only 911 unit sales last year in April versus 2,400 this year. So on the surface, this looks like a massive increase, 164% increase in sales. But if we dial back to 2018, 2019 to more standard years, April's a really strong month, but it's about a 20% overage over our standard. Again, 0.7 a month of inventory versus 2 months of inventory last year. So this is the real key insight, key story. Where's the market going? Well, as long as you have that little supply, it's going to really, you know, demand's going to outstrip it. You know what's going to happen. So moving on, this is a bit of a graph of, you know, what typically happens with inventory. So, you know, April, May, June, these are the spring months in real estate. We usually see an increase in inventory and an increase in sales as well. So this is kind of standard, but this might be hope for buyers. There might be some hope for buyers in here. And, you know, let's just take a quick peek at pricing and all that kind of stuff. Pretty nuts what's happened. Here we are. So a 42% increase in average sale price on the residential side and a 30% increase on condominium sale price. So this is really exciting. I mean, it was less than a year, well, sorry, just over a year ago that I was talking about Ottawa has beaten 500 as the average sale price in Ottawa on a residential property. We're now at 750. It's an incredible increase in value. So your standard residential home is now 743,000. Condos up to 427. So here's my little, I don't know, gut feeling about where things are going. It's been absolutely ballistic. Things have been super, super strong. We do see a little bit of a softening, right? We're seeing inventory creep up a little bit. It might get a little bit easier for buyers. And I mean, it's still a seller's market like no other seller's market, but maybe we've kind of seen the top. Maybe you know, things will settle a little bit. That would probably be good for all parties involved. You know, this hyper market we've been in, although exciting, leaves a lot of risk for all parties involved. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what May brings, and happy Mother's Day to all of you that are mums. And I'll be back at the end of May to tell you what's happened. But my little prediction is maybe things are a little bit easier for some of you buyers and still awfully exciting if you're a seller. Take care. Talk to you in a month.